As part of the Brampton gardening collab, what's new for 22? I was gonna go through and show you some and talk through some of the plans we have as well. The biggest thing so far that's new for 22 is our new bed here. So the rest of these beds were installed last year. And so this is the new bed for this year. We have 3 other Birdie's beds that we're going to be installing that are 6-in-1s. This is 4 8-in-1 Birdie's raised beds from Epic Gardening put together. And then we actually have all these corner pieces that will make little tiny planters that we're still figuring out where we want to put them. So they're not wasteful at least. There's 50 tomatoes and 276 onions. Actually, there's more now because I just planted more. I have alyssum, ageratum, celery, parsley, and I'll also have most likely some carrots potentially going in this bed, as well as I'll probably move some lettuce starts into here. So that's one thing that's new. The other item that's going to be new is we're going to do one of these back beds here. I can't decide exactly which one. I think it's probably going to be the 9-in-1 raised Birdie's bed. That one will probably be sweet potatoes, and we've never grown sweet potatoes before. So I have the slips on order. They should be arriving here in the next week or so from Johnny Select Seeds. So I'm really excited to try growing sweet potatoes. Over here on our tunnel, the new for 22 piece of this will be that I did a seed swap with some local homestead ladies, and I got some of the giant pole beans. I think they're like 12 or 16-inch beans. So we're gonna try to have our normal beans on this, but also do some of the fun different size beans to hang down in here, which I think will make the tunnel gorgeous. I also got some new colors to try. So that's new for 22. We loved having the tunnel. This was a self-sufficient me inspiration here. I'm going back and forth on whether or not we'll put cucumbers and pumpkins on here again or so. But new for 22 is some fancy beans, and we actually do want to grow a lot more beans this year because we use them as dog treats. So we cut them and chop them and freeze them, and the dogs are obsessed with them. So that is new for 22. I also have a couple things that's I'm growing from seed that I've never grown from seed before. So celery, I'm growing from seed. I tried to grow celery root. I did not have very good luck germinating that. So we will be buying some. We grew celery and celery root from starts that we got at a farm stand last year. But this year I actually grew my own celery starts. I also started the fennel from seed this year. And so both of those will be new. The other new thing I was trying to grow, which I haven't had very much luck with because I started it probably too early in the basement, was cumin. So I thought that'd be a really fun thing to try for this year. Going in our hoop house. It's very messy right now. The new for 22 is our vertical gardening planter. So it's a green stalk. I think most of you probably have already seen them. It's the first time we've grown with one, and I am playing with it a little bit, seeing how things go. I did buy the supports for the peas, but I didn't realize you needed to put them on, I guess, before you even start. So before you stack them all up and have them going. We moved our strawberries up as well. We've got lettuce in here. I've got some bush beans in here, kale. I'm trying some onions to see how they work in here. But this vertical planter is new for 22, and I bought my mom one, and then I said, oh, I want one too. So I bought myself one, and then my mom and I were talking. We ended up buying my brother one down in South Florida. So the three of us have the exact same one, same color, which is kind of fun. And so mom's up in Vermont. I'm in North Central Mass. So she's 4B, I'm 5B, and my brother's down in South Florida. I think that's 9 or 10 down there. So that is new for 22. We also bought kind of an extension greenhouse off Amazon. So this guy is new for 22 because I ran out of space for everything that I wanted to do in the hoop house a few weeks ago. So this is helping me keep going. And I'm not sure I'd recommend it, but if you don't have anything else, it does do the job. The top shelves do get too hot, even with the windows rolled up. For some of the plants, so you have to be really careful of what you put on the top shelf. And then it also is really light, and so we've been putting the potatoes to help hold down the bars on the bottom, which I need to fix because we're about to get hit with some pretty big storms. So this bed is new for 22. This for multiple reasons. This whole area is our leach field, and we didn't want to grow any food obviously on our leach field, but I did want to grow more flowers, and so we decided to try growing annuals on the leach fields. If anything ever happened, we could dig them up. It wouldn't be the end of the world. So we put down and did a no-dig bed, and we're trying this landscape, I think it's called mulch fabric. It's a woven fabric for the first time. And so burning the holes for the first time, and then trying to plant with it for the first time at our home garden. It's very interesting. It does heat up a lot. So I'm not sure how some things will do and some things won't. But it also should be reusable for season over season, as long as we keep the same spacing, right? You don't have to burn new holes. So this whole bed is going to be cut flowers. I've planted a bunch of stock and some status, although I planted it and then it got really, really hot today, and it was not supposed to be sunny at all. So we'll see if that recovers. I do have more to replace. But I am excited for the cut flowers, to do some fun bouquets, and then also to have this space start to be more used in a garden manner, even though it not something we're going to eat. So that was fun. The other part that's new, or a couple parts that are new for 22, the end of last year, we put in this new flower perennial garden, no dig, cardboard, compost, mulch, right? Wood chips and everything. And then I planted a whole bunch of bulbs, and I've never had a bulb garden really. I mean, I've had daffodils and things like that, but I also have a bunch more things to plant here. So we've only been in this property for about 3 years now, just barely under 3 years. And so trying to make it our own and have some more pollinator friendly things, as well as just some beauty mixed into our garden area and our landscaping. So I'm excited about this, and the tulips have been actually pretty great. So we'll see how that goes. Over here, this is a new bed in the past couple weeks. This is our new asparagus bed. And so we were trying to figure out where we wanted our forever asparagus to grow. So now we have a new home for it. So this was all planted in a whiskey barrel last year. So this is second year asparagus. We planted roots last year. So it'll be another 2-3 years probably before we'll actually harvest from it. I do want to get more asparagus to put in here. And then we're going to actually do, I think, our pie pumpkins over here and have a little bit of space that it can grow to. And I plan to put mulch, wood chips down all the way around here, similar to this garden. And then we need to actually finish mulching in there. I just wanted to finish planting that first. More new for 22. We redesigned this field garden, and last fall we took down the 2 big trees here, which will open this up. So back there's corn. That's been corn for last year also. This is a second year garden area. But what we did was, from the tarp up this way, we changed it to a no dig. We put cardboard down, we put wood chips and compost down, and we planted 3 huge rows of garlic. The turkeys did devastate some of it a few weeks after I planted it, so I did move all the ones that got dug up that I couldn't replant easily into a raised bed over in the other garden. But this over here was very successful so far, of having a lot of garlic in this space. And this bed will be onions, I believe, as well. So new for 22, we're doing over 1,000 onions planted. It's because we eat them often, and I don't want to ever get to the point where I feel guilty for pulling an onion early out of my garden. I want to be able to eat onions as soon as possible, and cook with our own onions, because fresh onions is amazing. And we cook with them, and then we also do all our cannings, and all of our salsa, tomato sauces. Most of those recipes call for 1 to 2 pounds of onions for each batch. And because we're trying to do self-sufficiency on tomato products, the onions become a requirement, as well as the garlic. So trying, we'll see. And new for 22 will be also making sure we do better on our storing from a pantry side. The tarp area is also a little bit new. We tried it a little bit last year, but we didn't have much time between. But this winter we put that on, or late winter, early spring, we put that on. So that tarp has been on there for, I think about 6 weeks, 5-6 weeks now. And so what's happening is the sun hits it and is really helping everything, all the weeds possible, germinate. And then from there, they can't go to flower or anything like that, so they will kind of die, is the concept. And so in another week or 2, we will be done. But if I show you, most of the stuff that is already tried to grow is dying. There's a few things on the edge. So this is a new technique for this year, to see if it really works. And I think actually we did pretty good for a second year garden. We did till this in the fall, but we don't want to till it again. So we're going to come in and add a bunch of composted manure on each row. And then we're also going to set up irrigation this year. So we got from Johnny Select Seeds, we got the irrigation lines to try to help with watering our corn on a timer, a little bit less manual. So that is also new for 22. I didn't mention we do have a couple new tomato varieties. Clementine, which is about a 2-ounce mini slicer, and Valentine cherries, and San Marzano, an indeterminate type paste, which I'm excited to try, because I always thought all paste tomatoes were determinate. So that was interesting to learn about this winter when I was researching. So that's what we've got going on. Happy to do the collab with Brampton. And if you have any questions of what we have going on, let me know. And make sure to go watch the playlists for all the other contributors. Happy gardening.